foremost important, because unless students communicate, they cannot learn anything. They cannot improve their speaking. And English is a language, and in a language, it is very, very much important to help students, support students speak and use their ideas, share their knowledge verbally. So we use different activities. The first activity that we do is when we make list of vocabulary words, we make two lists, one list for student A, one list for student B. So student A explains the words, and if there are some activities of giving synonyms, so student A asks student B for synonyms, student B answers, and then student B does the same word. Then in pair share, they make different sentences, and then one of the students stands and comes to the board. The entire class is looking at him, and he first of all talks about the lesson, what he learned. He shares his idea, and then he tells the words which were used in the unit. So that is one kind of activity that we do mostly. And then we make a list of words. Student A moves to another student for a survey. He asks the meaning of different words and asks student to use those words in different sentences. And there are some questions related to the content as well. So student B explains words, meaning of the words, and tries to use that in his own sentence, and then explains what he has read. He tries to write the name of student. And when survey is completed, then student A comes to the board and says, I asked question number 1 from Mark. Mark answered this. Then he says, I asked the same question from Adil. Adil replied with this answer. So some more activities are used to let students speak more and more in the classroom.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And I suppose with that activity, there's a sort of a formative assessment as well, isn't there? Because if
Yes.
the student can report on maybe to the teacher or to the class or even just to their group what their partner has said, then you know that they have been able to communicate, right? So that's wonderful.
Yes. And it also builds students' confidence level. It develops confidence level of student when he stands and he comes in front of the class and he speaks out. So that helps and builds his confidence as well.
Okay. All right, great. I did have the idea for doing a critical incident, but I think what happened today was I just picked up on one of the activities that Fatima shared and kind of did the same thing, and I think that probably works better than me,